Assalamu alaikum students. Today we will study function. Right. So here we can see in example 1 we have a function. So let us see what the function is. So this is the function. Remember, this one represent the name of the function. This one represent the name of the function, and inside the bracket whatever you have, that's the variable of the function. That's the variable of the function. That means the value of the function will vary or will change depending on the value of the depending on the value of this q. That means depending on the value of this variable, right? So that means I'm repeating again, this is the name of the function and this is the variable of the function. So it can have any name. A function can have any name. Remember, a function represent a curve. A function represent a curve. That means it can be a straight line, it can be a circle, it can be a parabola, it can be a hyperbola, it can have any shape. Unless we draw it, we won't be knowing the shape of the curve. But a function always represent a curve. A function always represent, right? So this one represents the name of the function. So name of the function can be any. So a function can have any name. It doesn't really matter. But name, if it would be very good if you can name the function representative of the type of the function. So that means if it is a profit function, we can name it as P. If it is a price function, we can name it as P. If it is a cost function, we can name it as Q. If it is a revenue function, we can name it as R. So then it would be very good if we can name it accordingly. If the name is representative of the type of function it represents. So this one is the variable of the function. So here this is the formula of the function. So as I said before, a function always represent a curve. That means a function always represent a curve. It can have any shape, right? So here the question is asking us to find P bracket 35. So that means here the value of Q is replaced by 35. That means the value of Q is 35. So that means what will be the value of the function if the value of Q is equal to 35? So if you put the value of Q in the formula, and if you calculate, you will see the value is 34.8129, right? So now we will move to the next question. Example 2. So if the total cost of producing G gallons of soybean oil is CG dollar. So if the total cost of producing G gallons of soybean oil is CG dollar. So that means this is the total cost function. This is the total cost function where G is the variable. That means G is the gallon of soybean oil that we need to produce. So if the total cost of producing G gallons of soybean oil is CG dollar, so this is the CG is the cost function, total cost function, where G is gallons of soybean oil that we will produce. Question is asking, find the expression for the marginal cost of the G minus 8th gallon. So find the expression for the marginal cost of the G minus 8th gallon. So first of all, we need to know what is marginal cost. First of all, we need to know what is marginal cost. So I'm writing the definition. Marginal cost. Let me not write it here. Let me write it here. So question is asking us to find out marginal cost of G minus 8th gallon. So before we do that, first we need to we need to understand what is marginal cost. Marginal cost is the additional cost incurred to produce additional unit So additional unit. So marginal cost is the additional cost incurred to produce additional unit. So marginal cost is the additional cost incurred to produce additional unit, right? So let me give you an example, then it will be clear for you. For example, the marginal cost of producing 100 gallon of, so for example, the total cost of producing, so C is the cost function, C is the cost function. So total cost, C is the total cost function. For example, total cost of producing 10 gallons of total cost of producing 10 gallons of soybean oil. Total cost of producing 10 gallons of soybean oil will be what? 4.25 multiplied by 10 square minus 4 multiplied by 10 plus 6. So total cost of producing 10 gallons of soybean oil will be what? 4.25 multiplied by 10 square minus 40 plus 6. So it will be 391. So total cost of producing 10 gallons of soybean oil is equal to 391. So let us see what will be the total cost of producing 11 gallons of soybean oil. Let us see what will be the total cost of producing 11 gallons of soybean oil. Right. So let us see. So what will be the total cost of producing 11 gallons of soybean oil? So in the G will be now 11. So G will be now 11. So here also G will be now 11. So now if you calculate, you will get the answer. So let's see. So now, so it is 476. Right. So it is 476.25. Right. So that means if we produce 10 gallons of soybean oil, total cost of producing 10 gallons of soybean oil is 391 taka. But if we produce 11 gallons of soybean oil, then the total cost is 476.25 taka. So what is the cost of producing 11th gallon? What is the, so that means here when you produce 1 more gallon of soybean oil, so when you produce 1 more gallon of soybean oil, it is costing, so that means additional cost. So that means the additional cost to produce 11th gallon of soybean oil. 11th gallon of soybean oil is equal to what? 476.25. So these one, that means if you want to produce 1 more gallon, it will cost you this one minus 391. That means if you produce 10 gallons of soybean oil, then cost is 391. But if you want to produce 11 gallon, that means if you want to produce 1 more gallon of soybean oil, it will cost you additional this much amount of money. So 476.25 minus 391 is equal to 85.25. right? So that means this is the marginal cost of 11 gallon. So this is the that means the additional cost to produce 11th gallon. 2 of soybean oil is equal to this one. That means if you want to produce one more gallon, that means if you want to produce 11th gallon of soybean oil, it will cost you this much taka. So that means that is the marginal cost. That means the marginal cost of producing 11th gallon. Marginal cost of producing 11th gallon of soybean oil is equal to this one, is equal to this one. So marginal cost of producing 11th gallon of soybean oil is this much. So marginal cost of producing 11th gallon of soybean is this much taka. That means that's the definition. So that means how we got it. So what should be the formula? So marginal cost of 11th gallon. So marginal cost of 11th gallon, how we calculate it? So marginal cost of 11th gallon, so how we calculated it? So we have calculated it by C11 minus C10. That means, so marginal cost of 11th gallon. So this is the, now we are trying to find out the marginal cost function. So marginal cost of 11th gallon is equal to C11. That means total cost of producing 11 gallon. Total cost of producing 11 gallon. That means that we need to first find out total cost of producing 11 gallon. Total cost of producing 11 gallons of soybean oil minus, then we will find out total cost of producing 10 gallon. That means we will reduce it by 1. We will reduce it by 1. That means we can also write it like 11 minus 1. That means 11 minus 1, that is 10. 11 minus 1, that is 10. We can write it directly also. That means you can 10. So we can write it. That means marginal cost of producing G gallons of soybean oil will be what? So marginal cost of producing G gallons of soybean oil will be is equal to, first of all we will get G here. So that means since we have G here, so we want to find out marginal cost of producing Gth gallon of soybean oil. Marginal cost of producing Gth gallon of soybean oil. So that G will again come here. That means we want to find out total cost of producing G gallons of soybean oil minus, here we will get G minus 1. G minus 1. So here it was like 11 minus C10. That means, so first of all we will get this 11 here, and then we will reduce it by 1 here. So similarly, since we want to find out marginal cost of Gth gallon of soybean oil, so it will be like total cost of producing G gallons of soybean oil minus this G minus 1. Total cost of producing G minus 1 gallon of soybean oil. Right. So now here, so here we have like marginal cost of producing G minus 8 gallon. So marginal cost of producing G minus 8 gallon. So obviously, as I said before, this G minus 8 should come first. So that means this G minus 8 should come first. That means we want to first find out total cost of producing G minus 8 gallon minus, so it will be reduced by 1. It will be reduced by 1. G minus 8 minus 1. Right. So G minus 8 minus 1, that means G minus 9. So G minus 9. Right. So here the total cost, this was the function. This was the total cost function. This was the total cost function. This was the total cost function. So this is CG. This is CG. Now we want to find out CG minus 8. That means this G need to be replaced by, if you want to find out this one, if you want to find expression for this one, so what do you have to do? Inside the bracket we have G minus 8. So this g need to be replaced by g minus 8. So this g need to be replaced by g minus 8. This g need to be replaced by g minus 8. So here you can see g has been replaced by g minus 8. See, g has been replaced by g minus 8, and like that. And then we have a minus. Right. Now we want to find out expression for this one. So now g need to be this g need to be replaced by g minus 9. So now this g need to be replaced by g minus 9. Right. So g minus this g need to be replaced by g minus 9, g minus 9, g minus 9, and like that. So how we calculate this one? So to calculate this one, what we need to do first? We will simplify. You need to simplify these one. So here, first of all, so this minus is outside the bracket. So minus will be multiplied by everything inside. So these will be minus, these will become minus a plus, and these will become minus a plus a minus. Right, like that. So now as you can see, here we have a minus 6, here we have a plus 6. So here we have a minus 6 and here we have a plus 6. These will cancel each other out. So these minus 6 and these plus 6 will cancel each other out. So these will be out. Right. So now, so we need to bring similar item on the same side. We need to bring the similar item on the same side. Let us bring this one here. So we need to bring the similar item on the same side. All the squares need to be we need to bring all the squares in the same side. So like that way. So we can also bring these one here. We can also bring these one here, like that. So now what we will do, first of all, here we can take 4.25 common. Here we can take 4.25 common. So if you take 4.25 common from here, 4.25, in that case what we will get from these one, we will get these minus. So from these one we will get g minus 9 square. Right. Plus. So now from these one we can take 4 common. So from these one we can take 4 common. So what we will have in our hand? Here what we will get g minus 9 minus, and from here we will get g minus 8. Right. So now what we will get? So now as you can see, here we have a square minus b square. So if we consider these as a, so we have a square, and if we consider these one as b, so we have a b square here. So a square minus b square, we know the formula for a square minus b square is a plus b multiplied by a minus b. So a square minus b square means a plus b multiplied by a minus b. So we can take a plus b. So a plus b means g minus 9. B means g minus 9. And now a minus b. So a, this is a minus b. So minus b means minus g plus minus a plus 9. Minus a plus 9. So I'm saying again. So this is a. So a, this is a. Now minus b. So minus b means this one will become minus and this one will become plus. So minus a plus. So plus 9, like that. And here what we will get? minus a minus a, this one will become plus, this one will become plus, right? So what we will have here, so now as you can see here, from here this g, here we have minus g and here we have g, so this g will cancel each other out, so this will be like that. So minus 9 plus 8, that means minus 1, so minus 1 minus a plus a minus a plus a minus 4, so minus 1 multiplied by 4, that is minus 4, so we will have minus 4 here, so we will have minus 4 here, right? So now what we will get from here, so here again we have a minus g here, we have a g here, so these will cancel each other out, these will cancel, sorry, these will cancel each other out. So 9 minus 8, 9 minus 8 is equal to 1 only, so 9 minus 8 is 1. So if you want to multiply 1 by anything, you will get the same thing, so these 1 you don't need to actually write. So now again, so now what we will get here, so here from here we get 2g minus 17, so here we have minus 8, here we have minus 9, so we will get minus 17, so 2g minus 17, so 2g minus 17, so 2g minus 17, so that's what we will get. So is equal to, so 4.25 multiplied by 2g is equal to what? 8.5 g minus 4.25 multiplied by 17. So 4.25 multiplied by 2g is equal to 8.5g and minus 4.25 into 17, that is 72.25, 72.25. So 72.25 minus 4, so what we will get, so 8.5g so 8.5g minus 76.25, so 8.5g minus 76.25, right? So that's the expression for the marginal cost of g minus 8th gallon. So that's the expression for the, this is the expression for the marginal cost of the g minus 8th gallon, right? Now second question, find the marginal cost of the 5th gallon. Find the marginal cost of the 5th gallon, right? So find the marginal cost of the 5th gallon. So obviously C5 minus 1, that is C4. So C5 minus C4, which is C is the cost function. C is the cost function. So C is the cost function, as we already know. Cost function is this one. This is the cost function. So this is the cost function. This is the cost function where Cg is equal to this one. So now we want to find out C5. That means the value of G need to be replaced by 5. The value of G, here the value of G need to be replaced by 5. Here we have inside the bracket 5. So value of G need to be replaced by 5. And here also value of G need to be replaced by 5, and like that. So now again we want to find out C4. So now inside the bracket we have 4. So again this G need to be replaced by 4. This G need to be replaced by 4. Like that. So if you calculate, we will get, that means that this is the marginal cost of the 5th gallon. This is the marginal cost of the 5th gallon. Right. So next question. So please solve this question at your home. So here example 3 is equal to, here Example 3 is if fm. So here f is the name of the function. F is the name of the function where the variable is m. So, and this is the formula or expression of the function. So now the question is asking us to, first question is asking us to find out function when the value of the variable is 2.8. That means the value of m is 2.8. That means the value of m need to be replaced by 2.8, value of m need to be replaced by 2.8, and we need to get the value. So now here value of m is 4. So again you can calculate like that. So here we want to find out these expression for this one. So that means the value of m need to be replaced by m plus 1, and this is fm. So like that way you have to, you solve it at your home. Please solve these questions at your home. So like example 4, if the total cost of producing, t number of computer is CT. So this is the total cost function to produce t number of computers. So this is the total cost function, and obviously marginal cost function, we know that this one is the marginal cost function. So the question is asking find the expression for the marginal cost of the t minus 2th computer. So if you want to find out the marginal cost for the t minus 2th computer, so here we will have t minus 2, and here we will have t minus 2 minus 1. Here we will have t minus 2, t minus 2 minus 1. So and then you need to simplify and get the marginal cost function. This is exactly similar question like this one. So the next question is asking find the marginal cost of the 13th computer. So find the marginal cost of the 13th computer. So that means C13 minus C12. So and then you can find out the marginal cost of the 13th computer. Right. So now we have a question here. So for example, the question we have here is a firm has the following total cost and demand function. A firm has the following total cost and demand function. So this is the cost function. So from the name itself we can understand this is the cost function, and the variable is Q, and this is the demand function. But as you can see here the demand function, this is that the variable is there only. So variable Q is equal to this one. The function can be written like this way also. So this is the demand function, this is the cost function, right? The question is asking us to, first question is asking find out the total revenue function in terms of Q. Find out the total revenue function in terms of Q. So this means we need to find out the total revenue function where the variable should be Q only. So that means we need to find out the revenue function where the variable should be Q only. Right. So Q is equal to 600 minus 0.5p. So Q is equal to 600 minus 0.5p. So we know that revenue, we want to find out the revenue function. Revenue means what? Income. For example, if you have a boutique shop, and if you sell clothes, that means if you sell pajama, salwar and all these things. So that means if you sell trouser and all those things, that means if you sell clothing, if you have a clothing business and if you sell clothes, so for example in a particular day you could sell only 5 trouser. For example, in a particular day you could sell only 5 trouser, and the average price of this trouser, is 1000 taka. So that means how much revenue means the income. So how much you have earned. So your total income on that day is you sold 5 trouser, that means quantity is 5, and average price of the trouser is 1000 taka. So that means average price is 1000 and you sold 5 trouser. So 5 multiplied by 1000, so your income is 5000. That's the revenue. So revenue means price multiplied by quantity. So as you know that in the question it said that find the total revenue function in terms of Q. So that means only Q should be there in the revenue function. Only Q should be there. So that means this can be there in the revenue function, but P should not be there. So that means we need to replace P. So that means we need to replace P. P should not be there. So that means we need to find out the expression for P. We need to find out the expression for P so that we can replace. So let us find out the expression for P from these equation. From these equation. So if you bring these one on the right, on the left hand side, it will become plus, and if you bring these one on the right hand side, it will become minus. So here 0.5p is equal to this one, 600 minus q. So obviously we can multiply both side by 2. We can multiply both side by 2. If you multiply both side by 2, in that case this one will be what? 2 multiplied by 0.5, that is 1. So that means only p. So if you multiply these one by 2, we will get 1200 minus 2q. Or you can do it like this way also. Here we have 0.5, that's why we could multiply it by 0.2. Here we have 0.5, that's why we could multiply it by 2. So to get the round figure. But if you have something other than 0.5, then how we solve it? Then what we can do is P is equal to this one divided by 0.5. That means we can bring these one to the right hand side. We can bring these one to the right hand side, and it will be like that. And then what we can do is equal to we can separate each part. That means like that we can write. So that means we can divide this 600 by 0.5 and then we can have a minus, and then we have q divided by 0.5. So like that way we can split each part, because if you split also, there is a 0.5 is the LCM, you will get 600 minus q back. So that means if you have something like that, we can split it like that way. See, these one divided by 0.5 minus these one divided by 0.5, right? So 600, if you divide 600 by 0.5, you will get 1200. And if you divide these one by 0.5, here we have a 1 here. So here we have a 1. So if you divide 1 by 0.5, you will get 2. That means we have actually 2q. That means we can write these one as like this. Because so here 1 divided by 0.5 is equal to 2, and we can write 2q. So P is equal to 1200 minus 2q. So P will be replaced. As you know that in the question it said that only q should be there in the revenue function. So P need to be replaced by this one, 1200 minus 2q. That is, this one is P and we have a q there. So if you multiply, this is the revenue function. So we may name it revenue, R for revenue, and we know that q is the variable. So revenue function is equal to RQ is equal to this one. This is the revenue function. Now the second question is asking, formulate the total profit function in terms of Q. Right, now we need to find out the profit function. So now we need to find out the profit function. in terms of Q. That means in the profit function only Q can be there. Only Q can be there. Right. So profit means what? Profit means, right. So we know that this is the cost function. This is the cost function. This is the cost function. So now we need to find out the profit function. So this is the revenue function. This is the revenue function, and this is the cost function. This is the cost function. Right. So we know that profit is equal to what? Revenue minus cost. Revenue means income. Revenue means income and cost means expense. So profit means revenue minus cost. This is the revenue function. This is the revenue function minus this is the cost function. This is the cost function. Now if you simplify it, that means if you multiply all the things inside the bracket by minus, so sign will change. So this one will become minus, this one will become minus a minus a plus, this one will become minus a plus a minus, minus a plus a minus, and like that. Right. So now we will simplify. So first of all, let's check this one. Sorry. Right. So here we have 2000. Do we have any number, any match with this one? No. Only 2000 is there. So we will have this one there. You will have this one there. So now let us match with this one. So we have a minus 28.5 Q, and we have 1200 Q here. We have 1200 Q here. So we have a minus 28.5 Q, and here we have 1200 Q. So that means from 1200 Q we will deduct 28.5 Q. So from 1200 we will deduct 28.5. In that case, what we will get? These one will no longer be there. So here we will get 1171.5 Q. Now let us match this one. So we have 81.25 Q square, and here we have minus 2 Q square. So we will deduct 2 from 81.25. So we will deduct 2 from 81.25. So this one will no longer be there. So here we will have what? 79.25. 79.25 Q square. So these will be the profit function. These will be the profit function. So profit function, we could name it as P also. We could name it as P also. But the name P has already been given to price. The name P has already been given to price. So that's why we may get some conflict with name. So that's why we will name it, we can name it differently. We can name it by pi. Why pi? Because you know that, I mean, in economics and finance, you will see that lots of Greek letter has been used. Lots of Greek letter has been used. In economics, pi has been widely used as a Greek letter to represent profit function. But it's not necessary that you need to name it by pi. As I said before, the name of the function can be anything. The name of the function can be anything. Right. So that concludes the function chapter. That concludes function chapter.